Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Gridiron Gals Podcast. I'm Rita, the NFL chick.
And hey, everybody, it's Chelsea, aka Chelsea's Right.
We are at the week 4 portion of the NFL season, so we are almost a quarter through the NFL season, Chels. That is crazy. I feel like it just started yesterday, but apparently yesterday is breezing through.
Yeah, it's flying.
But not without drama, of course. You and I had the the displeasure of sitting through the Ravens and Cowboys game. And I say that because Ravens went into this game 0-2. Cowboys went into this game 1-1 after a loss at home against the New Orleans Saints. And so neither one of us was really excited about this game. I mean, on paper, going into week 3, I think that we both thought that our teams would be in a better position. We'd be more excited about it. Had a lot of people ask, why weren't we there? Well, we went in 2016. We had gone. So, it had already been a bucket list thing for us that we had already did. So, and then the game happened. And while you would think that I would be happy because, the Ravens won, I'm not happy. I'm fucking pissed. And I don't even know why I watch sports. I don't even know why I even bother having teams, friend. I want to hear from your end on how this went, because it literally was a roller coaster ride in the fourth quarter, and it was playing with both of our emotions, quite frankly.
I checked out after y'all scored that second touchdown because I was having flashbacks of the New Orleans game, but then my power went out. Oh. God said,
God did that, honey.
You have to back away. This is too much. These people don't love you. My power went out until 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
And I was outside, messing, because I thought the power truck people had came up or whatever. We heard this big boom, boom, and then boom, power went out. And I looked at my phone and it said, Cowboys touchdown, such and such. And it was like maybe at the 9-minute mark. And then so every time I looked, it was Cowboys. When they scored that second touchdown, I just bust out laughing. Fuck y'all. Y'all didn't play the whole first, from what I saw the whole first half. Abhorrent, disgusting, and putrid. And then y'all got the nerve and try to make a comeback. Fuck y'all, man. Fuck y'all. And almost did it. Y'all get on my nerves so bad. I was like, this is horrible. And we are the worst team in the NFC East. And the thing is, our record is the worst, but we are not the worst. We are a better team. But I'm starting to wonder if the defense really is just bad. Maybe they're not playing bad. Maybe they just bad. I know they need to get off the podcast. And get off of Twitter. Ooh. Try that. But they are playing like they ain't got no soul. And Dak is mad as hell, and I don't blame him. He is pissed. I saw a clip of him after that game. Somebody said something to him. He said, please get off the boat then, please. I said, oh, y'all get ready to get black Dak. Uh-oh. But he is pissed, and he should be. We are one CeeDee Lamb non-fumble at the 10-yard line from winning that game. That was the way he was holding that ball is not the way an elite, highest paid wide receiver holds the ball. And he did that. And so, yes, Dak could have played better in the first. Yes, it's not all like Dak was out there stunting and everybody else, because he that's just not true. But this is, again, the second week where it ain't all on Dak, and it ain't mostly on Dak. So if the defense is laying down and giving up almost damn near 100 points, right? If the defense is doing that, and then your big receivers are dropping passes, well, what the fuck else is he gonna do? Fuck that team, man. Y'all not taking me out. Y'all not taking me out. Y'all and I done sat up here, y'all done got me up here looking stupid. I done told the Giants fans they need to storm MetLife and they need to do that. And who got a better record now? You know, and we'll see how that shakes out. You know, they got them coming up or whatever, but maybe we need to storm AT&T Stadium.
Maybe you need to throw in Jerry's World
or rip all them goddamn expensive ass pictures down up off the wall.
I am not too thrilled with the Ravens as well. As you know, Charles, at one point the Ravens was up 28-6 in going into the fourth quarter. They were up 28-6. And knowing the Ravens, like I do, because everybody kept telling me that this game is over, I said, hey, you don't know my struggle. You don't know what I've been through. Okay. Mm-hmm. And I know the Ravens, and I know it's not over. And guess what, Charles? It was, in fact, not over. You want to know why? Because the Ravens tried to fuck it up for the second week in a row with a fourth quarter lead and give it away to the other team. And I am livid about it. I have gone ad nauseum about it. This is a problem that the Ravens have had too many times in the John Harbaugh era. Okay, you got me all not even saying the shit right. That's why I can't even get it right because I'm tired of saying this shit over and over again. Mm-hmm. I'm tired. And so, yes, people want to be like, well, Justin Tucker missed the field goal, and that probably, yes. And when I talk about coaching, I'm not absolving guys of their responsibility. Justin Tucker has to make that field goal. It's no reason why he can't. Zay Flowers has to lay on that ball. It's no reason why he could not have. Yes, they're part of the reason why they allowed the Cowboys to get back into the game 1,000%. I'm not saying that they weren't, but the problem is that there is a philosophical issue with the Baltimore Ravens in which they get leads in the fourth quarter and then they want to get ultra conservative. And I'm going to say this over and over again until you, meaning fans, organizations, coaches, whoever gets it. When you go ultra conservative because you have a lead, it is almost the same thing as running a prevent defense.
Yeah.
You sit here and complain about prevent defenses. You complain about them. You need to start complaining about ultra conservative offenses. And I know that they know that that's true because when he was asked, he admitted that they went too conservative. And when Lamar was asked, he was not happy with the fact that they were going conservative. When you have to think, Chels, to be so you feel like having a 3-score lead with a quarter and a half remaining. How arrogant are you to think that could fly in the National Football League? 3 scores. You had more than 20 minutes remaining in that game.
Which is a long time.
How arrogant of you to think that teams aren't good enough to crawl their way back into football games? How arrogant of you. John Harbaugh's philosophy is old, played out. I'm tired of it. This is not 2012. They can't run the same type of defenses no more. They can't do the same things no more. You have to adapt to what the NFL is, and that is putting foots on gas. And if you don't know how to do that, then go find something else to fucking do. Go be Bill Belichick and scribble on fucking plays on inside the NFL. Because you're going to lose more games being ultra conservative on offense when you think that it's a lead that you can't squander away. And that's my fucking problem with the Ravens. So yes, I know they won, but guess what? It didn't feel good. It still don't feel good. I don't feel good looking forward to the rest of the season because you got a feeling it's going to happen again. That's where I'm at.
We don't have to talk to these people, Rita.
You're right.
We don't have to let them take us down this road. I just don't understand. And just like you said, it's not like the Cowboys can't score.
Right.
It's definitely not like they can't score. So you definitely should have. And that's what people say, oh, don't run up the score. Oh, I ain't care. Hey, even a two-score lead with two, I done seen that happen before. Two-score lead with 2 minutes left. Keep going. Keep more with more. No, you got to keep your foot on the gas. And I really appreciate Lamar Jackson's reaction. And it shows his level of maturity. Something that people do not give him credit for is his level of maturity. First of all, he's always super duper respectful, always respectful in interviews. Like, I think that he's just at heart just a good guy. But he let them know there is a difference between this win that we had and the mistakes that we made carrying through, because you made a lot of the same errors that you made in the first 2 games, which took you to 0-2. And the AFC is too tough.
Can't get far behind
to play these games.
In your own division. Steelers are 3-0 right now. So you can't even get behind in your own
division. You cannot even get it behind.
Division.
Exactly. It is way too competitive. And we've seen the juggernauts are coming out of the AFC. Right. So like, y'all can't be playing around with that. But I really liked, that clip when he was on the live and Marlon Humphrey was on the live or whatever. And he was like,
mad.
He was like, we don't even need to be on live. And he was like, and you dropped that pick.
Hey. Marlon tried to be like, well, it was a penalty.
It's a flag.
What if it wasn't a penalty, Marlon?
You dropped the pick, and he's letting you know we are not celebrating. You're just not celebrating. Yes, I'm glad we got out of Dallas, right? But you are not celebrating, and I really appreciated that. I'm concerned that Marlon Humphrey was not able to read the room, but I follow him on Twitter, so I know that that's not really his thing. However, I hope that he reflected on that and saw that sentiment from your leader. Your leader is saying, none of this shit is funny to me. And especially since Marlon Humphrey is not the one who has got to have to take the criticism. It is Lamar Jackson.
Exactly. Wins, losses, whatever, win, lose, draw, Lamar is the one that's going to have to get all of it. So I'm with him on that. Say what the fuck you say.
Yeah.
And keep stay on his neck, because everything ain't funny. Just because we got out of there with a win, we should not have got out of there the way that we got out of there. So next time, do better. Do your part. Mm-hmm. Get that pick next time, brother. Don't worry about talking about, it's a penalty negated it. So what? There's going to be times when penalties don't negate it. Play till the whistle is dead. So I was with Lamar 1,000% behind that. So I don't know where we go from here. Whether it's your team or my team, I think your team is in a better position to kind of right the ship this weekend, because I believe they play the Giants, and we'll talk about what we think that they'll do this weekend. Ravens play the Bills, gonna be real interesting. I want to stay in the NFC East because we watched the Monday Night Football game with the Commanders and the Bengals, and of course I'm rooting for the Commanders. Now y'all know I don't rock with DC. Baltimore people in DC, DMV people, because remember, we are not DMV. We don't get along. I am very anti-DC. Yes, that is the mid-market girl in me. I don't do elitists, so and I think that there's an elitist mentality that comes out of that area, and I don't fuck with it. So because of that, I don't fuck with their teams. However, I needed to fuck with them because they were playing against the enemy. So the enemy of the enemy was my friend. Okay. Yeah. And I'm rooting for the Commanders. And the Commanders did exactly what I needed them to do, which was steal the soul from the Cincinnati Bengals. And they are 0-3 as a result. Hallelujah. So as a result, we got to see Jaden Daniels' arrival, because the first 2 weeks have been very pedestrian for Jaden. I think that's a fair thing to say. Yeah. And last Monday night, we saw Jaden play at the level that I think that we all thought that he was going to play. And he looked fantastic. He looked great. So, as the enemy of the Commanders, I don't think that this is necessarily something that goes both ways really overall, but I feel like that this rivalry is about to pick back up again. As a Cowboys fan, do you think that this is the Commanders' year? in this division now, with you guys and the Eagles, how do you view the Commanders?
Oh, they are a problem, most definitely. I mean, the quarterback issue has been their looming issue for years and years and years since RG3. And so they are a problem. Now, defense-wise, not too sure about that. I think they got some problems, some holes they need to plug up on defense. Because they did let the Bengals, they were still close at the end, and I really don't think it should be close because I think the Bengals are terrible. So they are playing terrible. So like it really shouldn't. So they did let them back in, but it's going to be a scrap. It's going to be a scrap. They was kind of, I mean, they've been scrapping along. Like they can scrap, but I think that if they can plug some of them holes on defense in their secondary, especially a little bit better, they definitely are going to be a problem. And one thing about the NFC East is that there is never a reigning champion. Mm-hmm. The champion changes every year. The Cowboys tripped and fell and bumped their head into being NFC East champions last year. And that is only because the Eagles decided to stop playing. The Eagles said 12 weeks. Hey, the Eagles said 12 weeks is enough for us. We have played enough football. Right? Yeah. So I think that it's gonna be a dogfight, and I think it's gonna be between everybody. I mean, we always play each other very, tough anyway.
Yeah.
But I think it's just gonna be scrappy all around. And one thing about these Commanders fans, boy, these jerseys that came up out the attic, child. Lord have mercy, Jesus. I hate to see them so happy. I hate to see them so pleased. Damn. Nasty work.
Nasty work, friend. Nasty work. I don't know how to view them yet. I do think that I've always thought that Jaden Daniels was going to be good. And I absolutely thought that they would be competitive this year at the very least. I do need to see more from them. When you look at what he did last week, he threw a lot of short passes, a lot of screen passes, which led to the Bengals dude, the defensive player, to talk the shit that he did. Kept calling, he running simple college stuff because he hadn't had that type of game yet that he had. I just think
he couldn't stretch out yet.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious that y'all was the ones that he could do that too.
He stretched out on. Yeah, don't let him stretch. Don't let him flex like that.
The Bengals do have a nice front, but their secondary is not good, and they haven't been good in a while. They lost Bates, and then there's the other safety.
They lost their center too,
and they lost another. Well, I'm talking about them specifically. Talking about their secondary.
The secondary. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah. They lost Jesse Bates to Atlanta. The other DB, he's actually back now, but he left in free agency as well. But then he ended up coming back. But their corners are not that great. They do got Ravens' old safety, Geno Stone. But Geno Stone is pretty. While he can, in some spots he can be good, but he's not necessarily a every down safety, And so I suspect them to struggle like that a lot this year. You know what I'm saying? Like I suspect that because you got to deal with CeeDee Lamb at some point. You got to deal with potentially AJ Brown and Devontae Smith at some point. You got to deal with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill at some point if you're the Bengals. I don't really see it for them to be that good this year in the back end of that defense, which is going to keep teams in games, Yeah. So that's the part that I think. I also think that that pixie blonde cut that Joe Burrow got needs to be buzz cut it off and start fresh. Baby.
Go back to what you know. I don't know why he's looking like he's in the 90s boy band, but
he definitely looks like an NSYNCer. You look like a bad bitch. Okay, you're a football player. Stop looking like a bad bitch, Joe Burrow. Looking bad bitchy is not there, Joe. Okay, you know when the swag was there? When you was smoking cigars and that type of stuff with your regular hair color and all of that.
Yeah.
That is when you was swagged out. This blonde pixie, no baby,
No,
no.
that's not it.
Get off it. Just saying. Anyway, Christian McCaffrey, dog. Like this man got. First of all, I didn't have a number one pick in my fantasy draft, but I speak for everybody that had him in number one in their fantasy draft. Fuck the 49ers because they knew this man wasn't healthy. And you got this man picked as your number one overall pick in essentially every league. And the man is potentially not going to play a down in 2024. So he's going to Germany to find a doctor that can help with his tendonitis of his Achilles. So you already know that ain't good because tendonitis to me telling me you real close to a tear.
Or somebody done told you need surgery and you said, what if I try something else?
Or you're trying to figure out what you're getting a second opinion. I don't know what's going on. You got that. You got Deebo Samuels that is out. They also lost a defensive player, I believe, one of their linebackers, Greenlaw, I believe. This is off the top of my head.
Okay.
He's going to be gone for the year. 49ers is getting tore up, shorty. And let me tell you something, Charles. I want to talk about this real quick.
Okay.
49ers go to LA. The conversation about LA is two of them is a conversation we need to have for another day. But here we are. The shit looked like a fucking home game. Okay. The Rams have won a Super Bowl literally just 3 seasons ago. And when you look at the crowd of that game, it is embarrassing by the Rams to see all that. I thought that they was playing in Northern California.
That was insane.
I literally thought it was a home game. Okay. I had no idea that they were not in Santa Clara. None. And they were in LA. Then you was up. You got Matthew Stafford, who doesn't have Cooper Kupp, doesn't have Puka Nacua, and you're up. And then you lose that game in front of your home crowd.
In front of
75% of the crowd is 49ers fans, bro.
I have seen stadium takeovers. And I know the Ravens can take over a stadium. I know the Cowboys can take over a stadium. If y'all have ever been to FedEx when the Cowboys play the Commanders, then you already know we can swarm down and completely take over. We've even gone to what the 49ers play. I forgot the name of the stadium. What's the name of the stadium? Even going out there and you can hear, and you.
No, that ain't Candlestick. That's the old stadium. I don't know.
Oh, you said Candlestick.
I said Candlestick. I know the new stadium is shitty. That's what we need to
Okay. The shitty stadium, they go down there and you start hearing them Cowboys chants and it's always embarrassing when Levi Stadium. Yeah. It's always embarrassing. But then to go and y'all done took over that stadium and then lost. Now the Rams
took off. So the 10 Rams fans that was there get their fucking face because you done took over the fucking stadium. You done took over my stadium. And then you were up 2 scores at one point, I believe. Somehow, some way, even with all the injuries that they have, Chels, they still have so much firepower on that team. I think George Kittle was also not playing too. That was another.
No, he's not.
It's good. So yes, they definitely had some losses there, right? But Jennings was playing, and what the hell? All that talk we had in the offseason about that young man trying to get traded to the Steelers. Where the hell he been?
And then for him to take the same contract that they offered him before.
He just ain't want to do
he ain't want to go to practice.
He ain't want to go to practice. That's all.
He said, I got other stuff to do. I am not coming to
Brandon
practice.
Ayuk. What the fuck you out here doing, bro? What the fuck you doing?
Oh, this season is already bizarro world. But one thing is the first 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks of the season is kind of like everybody trying to figure out. It's not a good time to bet, nothing like that. Because if you've been betting, y'all, hey, this is not a good time to bet. Once you hit the closer to the middle of the season, now we can start seeing, because you'll start seeing those wins start stacking up for teams that are good. You'll see people coming back from the injuries or things like that. But it definitely is bizarro world out here now.
Very bizarro. I always say the first 4 weeks is basically like preseason at this point.
Preseason.
Because you can't, they don't do 2-a-days anymore. That there's certain restrictions and training camp that you can't do anymore. And then a lot of players don't play in preseason. A lot of the starters don't play in preseason. So the first 4 weeks is a dress rehearsal. So that's kind of how I see all of this bizarro world stuff. But it is very funny to me that 49ers quasi second home after having a lead squandered it away. No Puka, no Cooper, no Aaron Donald. I mean, I understand Matthew Stafford is still there. I get it. I'm just making the point that it's crazy out here. Now the 49ers are 1-2. Oh, wow. Didn't see that.
I'm telling you. Yeah. Let's see everybody talk about them all on the shows like y'all talking about the Cowboys all on the shows. They are 1-2 and do not look like they're gonna be doing very well. So please.
Okay. Well, there's that friend. All right. Andy Dalton. Now we know that Bryce Young got benched last week. And, they try to say all these nice things about Bryce, blah, 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 blah. Oh, no, we're not going to trade him. And, well, first of all, they said on Monday he's our guy. Then they turned around and benched him on Tuesday because it's a cold world out here. People just lie to be lying, child.
Dirty game. It's a dirty game.
It's a dirty game. And then they went out here and they got Andy Dalton is the backup to Bryce Young. And Panthers went to Vegas, child. And guess what? They won a football game. They looked like a somewhat decent football game. This is the Andy Dalton experience, though. As a person who knows Andy Dalton very well because he played in the division for a long time, this is the Andy Dalton experience. He will fool you for quite a few games, but that Andy Dalton, that will come back. Trust and believe.
Hey,
Panthers fans, don't get cute and comfortable. I'm just saying.
Don't get comfortable. The real Andy Dalton is on the way.
He on the way.
He is on the way.
Gonna take a couple weeks, just like that real Derek Carr. He showed up too. Real Derek Carr showed up.
Oh, that nigga waits so long to show up. He went down to A&T Stadium and looking like Tom Brady out there. Well, he really was. He was handing the ball. Look, put it this way: he ain't mess up down there. But the real Derek Carr is showing up.
He gonna show up. Michael Jackson and shit. Like he was really like, come on, hey, bro. You ain't that dude, Derek. Okay.
Girl, Jerry Jones got on the phone, said, y'all gonna fine him for that? Boop. Give me that $14,000. He got fined for that. They said, oh no.
Andy Dalton and Derek Carr the same dude. They going to make you believe something.
That ain't true.
And then it's just not gonna materialize the way that you think that it is. Mm-hmm. Just don't get caught up. Now, I'm begging you, don't get caught up. Don't get caught up because it could be ugly. Antonio Pierce was not too thrilled after the game and made some rather salty comments about his, in the press conference. Then I see reports that they might be trying to make a quarterback change from Gardner Minshew. Well, that was fast. Gardner Minshew just beat the Ravens. This team is not good, Chels. And yes, I know I'm saying this and the Ravens lost to them. Completely understand. But the Ravens losing to them was the Ravens' fault, not by any means. I'm giving that to, the Raiders. I'm sorry, I'm not. Hey, Volcano ain't gonna do no better, bro. You stuck.
Yeah, it's just, you have to try again next year, I think. Not Gardner Minshew. Poor Gardner. I know why everybody keep playing with the mustache.
Hey, dog, you're going to have a lot more salty press conferences, bro. I don't know how to explain this to you, but that's the first of many.
He know better than anybody. He was there last year. He know better than anybody.
Yeah, but look, last
he
year,
knew what he had.
The 8 to 8.
Was the interim. Yeah, he was the interim last year.
They went like 8 to 9 or something last year. So look, I get it. Like last year was different, bro. Because I think that they like you, and I think that they're fighting for you. I want to be clear about that. However, y'all don't have the people. Okay, you do have Devontae Adams. I'll give you that. You do got Brock Bowers from Georgia. I give you that. You obviously got Mega Max Crosby over there. So I understand that you got a couple guys. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying, and they got a safety that I really like over there. Outside of that,
he ain't really got nothing going on.
He ain't got nothing going on.
And
if anybody shuts those 4 guys down, the game is over. I don't know how else to explain it.
Yeah. Y'all in the division with the Chiefs.
That's why Chiefs fans be beefing with people in the Bills and the Ravens and the Bengals, because they can't even beef with their own people in their division.
No, it ain't nothing to talk about.
Okay, we done beat you 15 times. Oh, okay, y'all beat us on Christmas. Great. And then did you enjoy the Super Bowl win?
Damn, that's fucked up.
Okay, Christmas gift. Did you enjoy the win though? Did you watch us on TV? Because I know you've seen it. I know you've seen it. Okay, so that's how bad the AFC West really is in a nutshell, bro. Like they can't even beef with anybody else in their division because it's a waste of fucking time.
Because it's a waste of time. No, you ain't even trying.
Don't even try worrying about what we got going on in these other 3 teams. Let me just go ahead and beef with the Bills Mafia or Ravens Flop, or whatever, just because it's crazy to me how this goes. Brett Favre testified in front of Congress and talked about, funding, welfare funding, the most craziest shit ever. And then right as that was going on, it was revealed via social media that he has Parkinson's disease. And obviously, Muhammad Ali is the person that we most identify Parkinson's with. I think Michael J. Fox is another person that had Parkinson's disease. And so how convenient was the timing, Chels, of this information that we received?
I was not moved at all. I also think that it is more than likely CTE that he is experiencing versus Parkinson's. The problem is that with CTE, it is a postmortem diagnosis. Right. So you don't know until you are dead, that is the case with a lot of neurological things. But I know that Parkinson's and symptoms of CTE, like they're the same, they can mimic each other. It is highly likely that Muhammad Ali had CTE, right? And so the thing about the difference between CTE and Parkinson's is that the cognitive changes with Parkinson's may come a little bit later as the disease progresses. So people with early Parkinson's, the tremors is what you see. If you watch the press conference, the congressional thing with Brett Favre, he kept one of his hands under the table. Okay. So with Parkinson's, you have what they call resting tremors. So, tremors that happen when you're not intentionally moving, all of that stuff. So that's just that's the speech pathologist right there. Now, that don't got nothing to do with you stealing all that money. Mm-hmm. Okay. And so I don't know what kind of sympathy, because guess what? You stole money from the poor and disenfranchised people that have illnesses, that don't have the money and the support. He has enough money to buy the best of the best of the best of the best treatment to slow down the progression of whatever disease processes he's going through. Now, if it really is Parkinson's, he gonna have a better shot of slowing down, right? If it's CTE, that shit is so chaotic that you might be able to slow down some things. But either way, you got more than enough money to be able to take care of yourself. But you took money away from people that cannot take care of themselves and that are relying on the government and that they pay taxes in, that is supposed to be making sure that they are well taken care of. And you decided that you wanted to steal from them. I don't care about him having CTE, Parkinson's, whatever disease process that he has. It does not negate the fact that Brett Favre is a thief and a liar. Period. And you need to run them people that money back. Now, you are he's the face of this thing, but he actually took one of the smallest amounts of money. That is disgusting.
Yep.
The fact that we're hearing about the person who took the least amount, but his least amount was a couple mil. Y'all are robbing these people. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
I don't really have a whole lot to add to that. I just want to put it on the record that I don't give a fuck about what the fuck you got going on. I don't give a fuck if it's Parkinson's, CTE. I don't care what the fuck it is. The timeliness of it is convenient. You are looking for sympathy in the brink of scrutiny, and I don't care. I'm not going to lose sight of what is in front of us, which is you stole money from poor people. Yeah. And then you had the nerve.
And you knew what you were doing. You hit it.
So
your faculties are there. Your memory is there.
Exactly.
Because you have to, you hit it.
Yep.
So.
Don't care. Then you get mad and tried to sue people who brought up the fact that you were getting sued. Sir, that was true. You were on everything that they talked about happened. That's why that's that CTE shit coming up. Oh, I'm gonna sue them for talking about me. No, what they said was the fucking truth. Is that you're in trouble for stealing government funds. That is true. That is true. So that's why your shit keep getting dismissed. And for whatever reason, you keep trying to take it back to some court. Nobody wants to hear this shit, bro. You did that shit. Okay, so deal with whatever the fuck you dealing with on your own personal time. But all I care about is when is these funds going to get sent back to the people, or when are you going to jail? I don't give a fuck about nothing else going on in Brett Favre's life, except for when is this money getting paid back, or when is he going to jail? And those are the only two updates that I need to know.
That's all the breaking news I need.
That's all the updates I need. I don't give a fuck about your health. The same way you didn't give a fuck about those poor people when you took their money to make a fucking stadium. I do not care. You won't, there is nothing you can say to me that would pay me to care. That is your karma, and you need to deal with it, period. And still pay them people that damn money back.
And pay the fine. I don't think he's going to go to jail.
Pay the fine.
But I think he's going to wish that can I just go to jail for 6 months? Because when the fine, it's probably going to be more than what he took.
Oh, well, because it need to be in interest. It need to come back in interest.
Absolutely.
You did the crime, you need to do the time, shorty. But I don't want you to do the time. I want you to pay the shit back. That's what I want.
Yeah, that's going to hurt worse.
And I want you to do the crime. I want you to do both. Then you can sit in your cell and think about what you did.
About what you did.
But while holding your arm, because you got whatever you got going on that I don't care about, because I don't give a fuck what you got going on, Brett Favre. I don't. And I'm not sorry either. I'm not sorry. I know this comes off very mean. And I am not a mean person, child. I am a very caring and loving person. But the people that don't deserve that kind of love, that deserve that kind of care, I got nothing. I got nothing. So pay that money back, bro. That's all I give a fuck about. Pay it back. Week 4 of the NFL is here, and let's get our picks in. Your Cowboys play the Giants for Thursday night football. What you got, Frank?
I guess we might make some. I mean, I never pick against the Cowboys. So
yeah, exactly.
Cowboys. I never pick against, even though they pick against me.
All right, you got the good thing is do the Giants run the football?
No.
Okay, you might luck up there. I think you'll be fine. Cowboys it is. Bengals at Panthers.
Whoa! I
Andy
think the
Dalton,
Bengals. I think the Bengals are turning around this week.
I'm going with the Bengals as well. I don't think they go 0-4. Saints at Falcons. Interesting matchup.
Oh, bitch. Oh, excuse me. That's gonna be a good. I can't. Oh,
You're
baby.
really excited.
I can't wait. Hey, I'm here for the chaos. I am here for the chaos, but I think the Falcons will win.
I'm not going to even lie to you, Charles. My favorite thing, and I know that you're not an Eagles fan. I know that is your rival, but you know that after the Saints beat the Cowboys, they was in Dallas with doing the second line and whatnot. My favorite thing was Philly doing it back to them. I love
they ran it. They got that band, and I was down in New Orleans, and I was on and it was Eagles fans everywhere, and I was talking as much shit as I possibly could. But it was Eagles fans was everywhere. They don't take over Bourbon Street quite like the Cowboys fans do, but that Cowboys fans are a lot closer. So I expect that. So that's not a fandom thing. It's just that Cowboys fans are a lot closer because even Jerry Jones was down on Bourbon Street at one time. Who's surprised?
Surprise!
Hey, my owner is a thought. Okay. My owner is a thought. My owner is an 80-year-old thought. It just is what it is. But yeah, they did their little second line down there in Dallas, and then the second line got done on them. But I think the Falcons win. But hey, I hope y'all kill each other on the timeline. Can't wait.
I think I'm gonna go with the Saints here. I just don't know what to make of the Falcons yet. To me, that fourth down call, dog, was the dumbest shit I ever seen.
Yeah.
Go call that dog for dog. It was 4th and inches. Lean your ass forward, bro.
What was that? That call pissed me off so bad. I want to turn that game off.
I swear, I'm sorry. Until they do right by that, I'm sorry. I can't do it. Jaguars and Texans. Jaguars are 0-3.
I'm choosing the Texans because the Jaguars are putrid.
The Jaguars are terrible, dog. I don't know what the fuck is going on in Jacksonville, but it ain't fun, and I'm not interested. So I am going to pick the Texans to rebound. Broncos at Jets. Bo Nix got his first win.
He won't be getting his second one this week. I think it's going to be the Jets.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Q Aaron and company. Vikings.
Why would you distract me like that?
Sorry. Vikings at Panthers.
Vikings at Panthers. I thought you
Packers.
just said.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was like, girl.
My brain saw Packers, but my mouth said Panthers. Vikings at Packers.
I am going with the Vikings. Let's go with the hot hand.
Hey, dog, listen. This is hard for me. Because I don't think Jordan Love is going to play. But if Jordan Love was playing, I'd pick him to ruin the Vikings party this weekend. Now, Malik Willis has played well. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah, he's played well. Oh, yeah.
He's definitely played well.
Hey, he's done exactly what he needed to do.
Right. But if Malik Willis is playing and he's playing well, I just think that the Vikings got too much because that Brian Flores defense, baby, is nasty business. And I think that Jordan Love would be better suited for it. And that, that's just kind of how that goes. So I think I'm picking the Vikings too. But if Jordan Love does decide to play, I'm flipping it the other way and I'm going Packers. Steelers at Colts.
I'll go with the Colts.
I don't think
for no reason at all.
It's funny because football is such a weird sport. Like the Colts could absolutely win this game, but Anthony Richardson is all over the place, and
you don't know what you're gonna get.
You just don't know what you're gonna get, and the Steelers are just too well coached. Now, if you get them running and getting all over the place, they got a chance. But I think I'm going with the Steelers because that defense looks really good. Rams at Bears. Caleb Williams go fight for his life again, or
He gonna be fighting for his life. Poor baby. I got the Rams.
All his
Caleb,
NFL life, he had
Caleb,
to fight.
Caleb, we're gonna light the candles for you, honey. Mm.
All his NFL life, he had to fight, honey. I'm going with the Rams too. Eagles at Bucks. This should be good.
This feels like a push to me. I'm just gonna say Bucks just because they're at home, but it really kind of feels like a push.
It's probably close. The spread is probably close. I can't see it here, but if I had to assume the spread is probably very close. You're going with the Bucks.
I think it's -2.5.
See, well, that's almost like a push.
That's a push. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going with the Bucks.
All right, I'm gonna go with the Eagles. Patriots at 49ers. We can talk about offensive line. That fucking Patriots offensive line is nasty, dog. They are a disgusting group. And they need to practice extra 2 hours every day. But the NFL won't allow those types of things anymore, so it's not gonna happen. But yeah, this is nasty. I don't know if this means the beginning of Drake May, because we did see him at the end of the game.
Yeah, we saw some flashes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 49ers getting back on track. We agree?
Yeah, we agree.
All right. Commanders at Cardinals. Should be fun.
Oh, that's gonna be now. We're gonna see what you're made of.
Because that is
we're gonna see what you're made of. I am going with Arizona on this one. Okay. But we're gonna see what Jaden Daniels really look like.
I think I'm going to go with the Cardinals as well. Kyle have been playing well, and also Marvin Harris, Junior.
The man's son.
The man's son is finding his groove too. But I think it's going to be a fun back and forth game. But I think I'm going to go with the Cardinals as well. Chiefs at Chargers. So the X-rays for Justin Herbert came back negative, but I don't know if that means he plays this week. I don't even know who their backup quarterback is, quite frankly. So
it doesn't matter. I'm picking the Chiefs. They got something ain't nobody else got. The refs.
And we got 2 Tubi games of the week. The first one is the Browns at the Raiders.
Oh, just go with the Raiders. I'm not watching that game.
I'm gonna go with the Browns because they the Raiders, literally. So I'm just gonna go with the Browns here. Sunday night football. Bills at Ravens.
I'm going to go with the Bills. But I don't think that the Bills going to do to the Ravens what they did to Jags. Now, let's not get carried away, but I am going to go with the Bills on that one.
I'm going to go with the Ravens here. And this is not me being biased, but typically when they face teams that people feel that are intimidating, they typically rise to the occasion in that regard. I think that this is going to be a very fun game. Both guys, Lamar and Josh, came out of the same draft class. So I think this is fun, but I think this will be a close game. And Justin Tucker finds the way to get back into his groove and get himself a field goal to help push them to the win column here. The second Tubi movie, Tubi game. Tubi game. Second Tubi game. Titans at Dolphins. Will Levis stinks. I don't know who the fucking quarterback is for the Dolphins. And this is one of 2 Monday night games, by the way.
Why? They don't even need to televise that game. I'm going to go with the Titans, I guess. I don't know. I'm just picked a team.
Girl, I don't know. I mean, okay, you pick the Titans. I'm going to pick the Dolphins just for shits and giggles.
We'll just see.
I don't know what's going on. And finally, Seahawks at Lions. Seahawks are 3-0. Mike McDonald, please come back home. I beg you.
I like it. Seahawks. You said Seahawks at Lions?
Yep.
I'm going to go with the Lions only because they're at home.
Me too. The Lions crowd be loud and rowdy. And
they ready.
Yes, I know that the Seahawks are used to that because they play in a loud stadium, but
it ain't your house.
That ain't your house. It ain't
your house.
So
It ain't
I'm
your house.
going with the Lions as well because they are at home. All right, college football, week 3. Man, listen, Chels and I, yes, we don't love Deion Sanders on this podcast, but one thing we will never deny is that's an entertainment motherfucker. Okay,
Yeah.
and he's always gonna get us watching something. And the Baylor Colorado game was phenomenal. I mean, that game was. This is why, for me, college football is the better sport to watch than the NFL. That literally is, in a nutshell, that game is what makes you get excited about.
Yeah. Yeah. And there are a lot of games I like that in college football. Like,
absolutely.
You watch games and you be like exhausted after the game, like, your adrenaline just goes up. You
don't have a dog in the fight. You
don't have a dog in the fight because listen, these was 2 unranked teams. So like usually, you'd be like, oh, they, are they ranked? Are they ranked? No, sometimes you will luck up on a game where they just want to beat each other down and you just want to watch.
Yeah.
And it's entertaining.
Justin Hunter is the best player in the country. He plays on a team that's not very good, unfortunately. So, I don't know how that's going to work in a Heisman conversation, but he needs.
You talking about Travis Hunter, right?
Thank you. I always call him Justin.
Okay.
I do not know why I call him Justin Hunter.
That is a big shift. Yeah.
It is. I call him Justin on a regular basis, and it irritates me because his name is Travis. I don't know who Justin Hunter is, but apparently he's somebody, and it sticks in my brain. And I apologize to you, Travis, because you deserve to have your name said properly because you are the best player in the country, bro. And I don't know how this works again for Heisman because I definitely think that he should be in the conversation. I don't know if Colorado's going to win more than 6 games when I look at their schedule. But he is the reason why they've won any of them.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. Because they're going to lose him, and they should be losing Shedeur too. And so then you go, then you really gonna see what coaching looks like. Because that's common in college football. You only get your players your good players. You only get them for 2 years. They don't stay for 4 years. And the only reason why, if Shedeur was not Deion Sanders' son, he would have been gone. He there because Deion told him he couldn't go nowhere. Yeah. So
1,000%.
Okay.
But yeah, that the way that game ended was crazy. My anxiety flew through the roof when the people jumped on the field and they were like still reviewing the fumble.
That was so dangerous.
I was like, hey, the game is not over, dog. The game, we got to do something about that because they had security out there protecting Travis. Almost called him Justin again. And Shedeur. And that's very so unsafe. Like back in the day when they was doing stuff like that, I think I used to be like, oh, this is so fun. But now it just looks
dangerous. Super dangerous. It's very dangerous.
Yeah. I don't love it.
Also,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
It was week 4, and neither one of y'all are ranked. What are we storming here?
Hey,
what's happening?
They said that game was good enough that they felt like it was worth a storm, honey. I don't know. I guess.
I'm like, come on, y'all.
I mean, I don't get it, but I was told that I need to let people have things, so go ahead and have that. I guess enjoy. I'm good, love, enjoy. So, Oklahoma got their first SEC taste. They failed miserably against Tennessee. I think this was a mistake. I think you need to go back to the Big 12, buddy.
I think we're gonna get some realignments in the next couple of years. Just kidding. Send me back. Hey, they're gonna be like, hey,
we need to have a real conversation here because Texas, I can see moving to the SEC. I think that they are in a much better position of contending in that conference than Oklahoma. Oklahoma ain't built for that, baby. They not. They not built for that. They not built for tough. You have a much better chance of winning a championship and getting a high seed in the playoffs through the Big 12.
Yeah.
And Oklahoma, I don't see that for you. I don't see that in your future.
Y'all about to be Vanderbilt.
But Vanderbilt be out here fighting these babies.
I mean, they gonna be the new Vanderbilt.
The new Florida. Well, I mean, I don't know. Listen, I'm just saying. I think you made a mistake, and I think I think at no point should you not think that you can turn that around and do right and make it right and go back to where you came from, bro. I'm just saying. You colonized the wrong conference. Okay.
No, you didn't.
Pac-12 is hiring too. Maybe you need to go there. I don't know. All I know is good luck, everybody over there in Oklahoma, because you ain't gonna do
Pac-12 recruiting. Pac-12 say, "Hey, y'all come on back. Who all want to come over here?"
Yeah, I'm not doing it. Big game this weekend. Charles has a Crimson Tide sweatshirt on as Alabama and Georgia face off. This is the game I think that we're all excited about.
Everybody's watching. Yeah.
Where are you watching the game, friend?
In my house by myself, where I like it.
Okay.
Shout out to some of my. I know some fellow Bama fans that are on the timeline that are going to the game, and all of that. But I'm gonna be at home. I got to do my rituals. I need to be by myself. I need to be able to turn the channel when I want to turn the channel. I need to have a high supply of liquor. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna be at home watching it.
All right, that's a good idea. This is another case of where the enemy of the enemy is my friend. I am rooting for the Alabama Crimson Tide. I hate Georgia. I hate their guts. And I'm ready for them to get out of my face. So I'm hoping that Alabama takes care of business this coming weekend, and so I can make all the jokes. And yes, I'm going to continue. I don't give a fuck if my team ain't going to win another game. They might not. And guess what? I don't care. I'm going to say what I want to say. And that's what's going to happen. You can talk about Florida all day long, shorty. It don't matter to me. You can't hurt me because they can't hurt me. So
Teflon. You Teflon.
Teflon over here, shorty. So I'm going to talk my shit. And if you lose, Georgia, I'm going to talk my shit. Because fuck y'all. Okay? And that's what it's just going to be. And I'm excited. And I'm hoping that Alabama skull drags y'all. Because you barely got out of beating, who did they play last week? Kentucky? That they barely. It was
Kentucky.
Yeah. Get out of my face. Mm-hmm. Get out of my face. I am rooting for Alabama. So there's that. Volcano time. Charles, who you got this week in the volcano?
The Dallas Cowboys defense.
Okay.
Y'all are terrible. A band of dummies. Act like you don't know what you're doing, where you're going, how to rush, how to stop the run. And I know that there are issues and I know that there are interior issues. I know, but make up for it. You knew those issues were there before the season started, and you didn't do nothing to fix it. The whole defense. I want to put the whole defense and whoever decided that maybe we just can keep on with the same running game, but I don't want to overdo it because I might have to put y'all in there next week. But the whole Cowboys defense from Zimmer on, I want the assistants in there. I want the equipment people in there. I want the trainers, everybody that is associated with the Dallas Cowboys defense. I want you in that volcano. And that's all I have to say.
Okay. Short, sweet, and to the point. I'm putting DMV people, Commanders fans. Well, not all of them, but certain ones.
No, put them all.
Okay. Well, Charles said all of y'all got to go, so it is what it is. You all going in there. You're excited about Jaden Daniels, and you should be. I think that Jaden Daniels is going to be a phenomenal quarterback. Disrespecting Lamar Jackson to bring up Jaden Daniels is a problem for me. And also too, sometimes certain people saying it comes off kind of anti-black. And I know that you're saying, how is it anti-black when Jaden Daniels is black? Well, that's different because that's their quarterback. So it don't exist. So let me tell you, at Dan Hellie, I don't know who this man is, but apparently he works in DC.
He used to be on NFL Network.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, he works in DC Sports now. Tweeted, Lamar Jackson is a poor man's Jaden Daniels. And I got a real fucking problem with that. Lamar Jackson won a NFL MVP unanimously at the age of 22 years old. Jaden Daniels is 23 years old and playing in his first season. In Lamar's second season, he won a unanimous MVP. Okay? After only playing 7 games in the first year that he played. He did not play a full season. He sat behind Joe Flacco. So I want to be clear here. You don't have to like the way that Lamar plays football. Lamar, though, is the prototype. I know we like to sit here and say that it's Michael Vick. And Michael Vick did have a stronger arm, I believe. But Michael Vick was not as nearly as accurate as Lamar Jackson. And Michael Vick ain't, when it comes to running, he ain't smoother than Lamar Jackson. He's a great runner, but Lamar knows how to evade rush. He knows how to evade hits in a way.
Skilled runner.
Right. He's a skilled runner. And Michael Vick will tell you this himself. This is not me saying this. This is Michael Vick saying this, that Lamar Jackson is him, but basically on steroids, right? So you don't like the way Lamar plays. And yes, Jaden has a very beautiful deep ball. I'm not going to take that away from him. Do not disrespect Lamar Jackson because you have a pro Jaden Daniels agenda. And again, just because Jaden is black doesn't mean that you're not being anti-black talking about Lamar Jackson. Okay, because see, you're giving a pass to the black kid that you have to root for. I got a problem with that. Y'all need to keep Lamar's name out your mouth. Okay, enjoy your season. Enjoy your season. And when they play on October the 13th, then we're gonna have big fun. It's gonna be great. But enjoy what you have and stop worrying about Lamar Jackson. Okay, because Lamar Jackson is 2 MVPs in at this point and has had 2 number 1 seeds at this point. Don't play in his face like that. Don't ever play in Lamar Jackson's face like that. And I mean it. I said what I said, and your shit come off anti-black. Period.
I'm so glad that is what you said. Because that is what I had a conversation with my brother about this earlier today. And I was like, there is something, and it is not just white people.
It is not.
There is something going on where the default whipping boy is Lamar Jackson. And it is the type of black that he is. Even though Lamar is all of the super polite, uses the right yes ma'am, no ma'am, does all of the stuff that make people feel warm and cozy. He's always very respectful in interviews. You don't hear any bad things about him. But there is something about Lamar Jackson that makes people, he ain't the kind of black that people want to really go down for. And it almost reminds me of how people treat Angel Reese. It's like, it's a black girl, but I don't want her to be too confident. And I got to use her, and you put everybody else against her, even other black girls. And they doing the same thing. They do the same thing with Lamar Jackson. This is exactly what you said. It is definitely anti-black. And it is ugly and nasty. And I have seen it from many, many different people when they discuss Lamar Jackson. It's almost like they can't make themselves fully give him the credit that they should be giving him because of the type of black. You should be giving him the same amount of credit that you give Patrick Mahomes. I don't care. And I know that Patrick Mahomes got Super Bowls, and I know that, but you should be revering him in a very, very same way. I am not saying they're the same. Please don't come in my mentions. I am saying that he should be revered in the same way. I am saying that we are not going to see another Lamar Jackson for a long time because it just don't happen that way.
And Jaden Daniels is going to be Jaden Daniels. He's going to be his own self.
And it is fine.
And we should celebrate him in that. But comparing him, thinking that you're doing these comparisons, I'm rooting for Jaden. I hope that he does get the accolades. I mean, I ain't never going to root for no Super Bowl for the people down the street. However, I hope the kid balls out. What I'm saying, though, is that y'all do this and because you don't like the way he plays, or it's something about him you don't like. But make no mistake about it. If Lamar was not the quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens, they'd be a step above the Las Vegas Raiders. They'd be the San Diego, LA Chargers, whatever. They still San Diego to me, where the Chargers got all this talent and they just can't get nowhere. They literally would not be in the positions that they've been since Lamar has gotten there because he is the X factor. Whether you like the way he plays football or not, it doesn't matter. He is why they win football games. Literally. He is what drives this team. Mm-hmm. And respect that. You don't have to compare him to somebody. You don't have to think 3 games in that Jaden Daniels is better than somebody. Because I'm gonna tell you something else, too. Jaden Daniels won his Heisman win. What was he? He was a senior?
Oh!
Because Rita remembers when Jaden Daniels did one read and ran. Okay, because and again, this is not me disrespecting Jaden Daniels. I say he has matured a very long way, very long way. But make no mistake about it, I ain't never see Lamar one read and run. You want to know why? Lamar was running a pro style offense in Louisville. Okay,
talk about it. Talk about it. Hey, then that's the problem. They ain't watching college. They didn't see what we saw in Louisville. They did not see. The resume starts back then.
Yep.
They did not see. And you're talking about somebody that came behind Teddy Bridgewater. I seen Teddy Bridgewater throw 7 touchdowns in one game.
Yep.
He came behind Teddy Bridgewater. People forgot that Teddy Bridgewater did what he did in Louisville because Lamar Jackson came in there and had people. That's not even a division that people even want to pay that much attention to. We was tuned in to watch Louisville. We was not tuned in to watch Louisville. Sorry. We was tuned in to watch Lamar Jackson. Nobody was doing that down for LSU. Sorry. I think he's wonderful. They was not doing that. Because people gonna watch LSU. It's SEC. They gonna watch them anyway. We was intentionally.
I want to be clear. Lamar didn't have the weapons that Jaden had at Louisville. Lamar did
not have those
receivers. Lamar didn't have neighbors. Lamar didn't have the other guys. He did not have the running back. He did not have what you saw at LSU when Jaden won his Heisman. He had himself, literally. That's all.
I can't name one person on this team.
One thing we're not going to do is disrespect Lamar Jackson because we like Jaden Daniels. Because I'm here to tell you, as a person that has watched Jaden Daniels for a long time, he has come a long way. And I am very proud of him, by the way. This is no disrespect to Jaden. However, one person was well ahead of their time very early on, and the other one took a minute to get the lights to come on. So I want to be clear about that. I want to be clear. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Anyway, we do final thoughts typically. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different before we close the show. I know it's been a little bit over an hour. We're about to close out. So Charles and I like cigars. We also like whiskey because they go together hand in hand. So as we know, Beyonce has brought out her new whiskey line of Sir Davis. And so we have it. You see, I already drank some. So
I'm gonna cover up the part.
Damn,
Hey. Now, anybody ask you no questions?
I had on YouTube.
Let the record reflect.
Empty.
It is halfway empty. Let the record reflect. I had my bottle a full 2 weeks before you had yours.
This is true. I just got my bottle recently, so I'm a little bit behind. But I had the opportunity of trying Sir Davis. And so we're going to do this again. So Sir Davis won some awards. Them not knowing that this was Beyonce's whiskey. And so if you have the opportunity to try it,
You should.
You should. So, 1 out of 10 tells, what do you rate Sir Davis?
I give it a strong 8.5. Strong 8.5. When I first tasted it, and I was laughing about telling you this when we were talking offline. I made a mistake and took a little too big of a gulp, and I learned very soon. Oh, she not playing. She not playing with me. This is not for the casuals. This is not for people that are not used to liquor that bites back. And this is, I feel like it's for sipping. I don't think that I would mix it with anything. There are certain bourbons that I like to make my old fashions with. Like I use Makers or Bullet or something like that. Yep. But then there's some that I like to sip, like Basil Hayden. I like to sip, what is it? Widow Jane. I like to sip. I can mix Four Roses or whatever, but this definitely has a bite. It definitely, you can taste like a caramel kind of taste. Some people were mentioning like they tasted like nut or like banana nut. And then when I went back, I think I can taste a little bit of that too, but it is very smooth. It is very, it's strong. It is strong. But she did her thing with this. She did her big thing with this. Like this is staying on the shelf. And even though my bottle is going on down, I have not mixed it, and I haven't had in a setting. I only have like one glass in a setting. Okay. So I think she did an excellent job with this.
I give it a 8.25. Because you gave it 8.5, so I'll scale it down a little bit. 8.25. I think that this is very good. It is strong. When I tell you, when it go down your throat, you be like,
yeah, it's you hit here. You gotta really sip. Yeah,
you gotta sip it. Okay, this is not to be gulped. This is to be sipped with a nice ice cube and your nice cigar. You are supposed to sip it. Okay. So It is good. I love the caramel taste. I am a caramel girl. So I love it. I don't really taste the nut part that people, by the way, that people talk about. But I do taste the caramel in it. And I think it's very good. And I really enjoy it. Beyonce did her thing with this. Now, my girl is a little ADHD-ish, because she'll put something out there and then she won't promote the shit. I need you to keep promoting this, Beyonce, because this is
the video's been dropping. She's been doing a lot of promos.
So
she's been doing a lot of promos.
This is good. You did good,
it's
friend.
Very good.
But it is very strong. Be careful, okay? Be careful.
Yes, it is strong. Sip, smoke your cigar. This is a slow good time.
Yep,
It's a slow good time. You don't need ain't no race. It's a slow good time. This is grown folk shit.
Yes.
Okay, little baby beehive. Listen, this is grown folk shit. You sip this. Ain't nobody driving the boat off to Sir Davis.
Nobody's driving the boat.
Don't drive the boat. The boat gonna crash.
Nobody's driving.
Don't drive the boat.
Yeah. So anyway, that is it. We enjoyed the Sir Davis. Grab yourself a bottle, sip it, and listen to the podcast. I think it'll probably make it funnier than what it already is, because it's funny anyway. So we want to thank you all for listening, and we will talk to you guys next week.
Later.